All right. So let's see. I want to confirm. Unfortunately, because of this situation, these people. Goodness. This is not mental illness to emphasize. I've got a lot more information. All right. Yeah. So this organization known as the Family. They work with this hacker firm called NSO Group in Israel. Right. We got channels like TBN Israel. We got TBN in general. We got Fox News, for example. They're all in the wire all the time. And they unfortunately are listening through my personal private property right now at this very moment. And so they really do, y'all. They sit around listening to me, actively trying to lie about me, manipulate narrative, act like I'm quote ungrateful to God when they're literally a jihadist terrorist organization. I'm not claiming that in any way, shape, or form. And that's the problem, is it's so beyond abusive, y'all. It's so beyond what could ever be considered acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And so for me to have to stream, why? Well, that's the thing, y'all. I mean, to be honest, this Israeli hacker firm are not the only hackers involved in this, and that's the thing. Look how evil that is, because really they're helping white collar criminals in real life. There's so many other real criminal hackers involved in this. I've got a list of them right here, and it gets ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. These people in the Family, they lie like psychopaths. They know that they've committed violent felony crimes, victimizing innocent Americans, trying to frame me, and then they're trying to act like I'm ungrateful to God. That's what's so horrible. I've got to bring up names like Eric Morris from Victory City Church in Pflugerville, Texas, because that man sat around participating in the same felony espionage for, well, years, literally years in Austin, Texas. And it's not just not okay. So, to be honest with you, it's kind of complicated right now. I generally don't watch a lot of TV, and that's actually true, no matter how people want to feel about that. There are times where I watch a little bit more, but I really don't generally watch a lot of TV. In my lifetime, especially in general, the TV being on in the background, it's just really, even if it's not blasting, which it is right now, the volume, unfortunately, because I love my grandmother very much, but no one in our family is willing to just help her get some hearing aids. She needs them. Really, it's actually terrible. She can't even have a conversation with anybody, a doctor, and anybody. She would like to, maybe. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's a real problem, y'all. Yeah, I can't have a single conversation with her where she actually hears what I'm saying. No one in my family can claim that she can. That's the problem, y'all. It's like they're lying to say that that's even a possibility. And so when it comes down to it, like, look how terrible the situation is. I'm streaming, on and off 24 hours a day because these people are still lording this wire over my life abusively. And that is the accurate term, to be clear, y'all. Physical equipment installed in most in the apartment in Austin. There was physical equipment and the spyware on my cell phone. And here, well, to be honest, yes, they have physical equipment as well. And in addition to the surveillance software on my cell phone, which is so terrible, y'all. And part of the reason for that is that the deed for my grandmother's house is in my father's name and my aunt's name, and they are, well, my dad, wasn't previously, but I guess, he's decided he'd like to join the Christian mafia, the literal mafia. And I don't know why, literally, y'all. And that's the thing, is like I had other family members, I knew members of the family, and I was always kind of like, oh, you guys don't really realize what that is, right? But that is the issue, is none of them realize that, like, no, my perspective is not ever going to change. This is a really genuinely horrible group. It's not okay to be a part of this. We're actually banning it in Congress because we have no choice at this point. It is a deep and severe national security threat. Every single member of, quote, the family is on a federal watch list. Every single member of the family is on a federal watch list. Now, I'll be honest, it's really difficult for me to even speak out loud with the television at that volume. So I'm going to pause for a bit, and I'll be back just a little bit later.